right
Oh,
quick.
there we go. G in the building, yeah?
Big shout out to 𝗙𝗙𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗓, man.
Let's
You already
go.
know we're in the building. How you doing? How you feeling?
Yo, this is Ring Raps, Boxing Eyes. I'm with Abel El Jefe Gonzalez. ¿Qué pasó, El Jefe?
Yes, sir, that's me.
What's happening?
Todo bien, man. Everything good, brother. We just finished the ceremonial weigh-ins now. I just had another meal. We fueled up well. I'm weighing up probably about 185 right now. Feeling strong, ready to perform tomorrow, man.
Did you guys get a chance to see any tape of your opponent?
I haven't. He has one interview on like a news interview in his city where he did like clips of him. I saw like a couple clips, but no, he doesn't really have no footage out.
Okay. But we know he's 11-0. You're 7-0. So, like, he's not a slouch.
Yeah,
He's not, he's not someone to roll
yeah.
over.
He's coming to win for sure. He's coming to win for sure. We're not overlooking him at all. He's a little older, hasn't been as active, but yeah, it's gonna be a great fight. Since the beginning of our career, we've been taking undefeated fighters. My third fight was a 9-0 guy from Brazil. I knocked out 𝗙𝗟𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗓 Reynolds my last fight. He was 7-0, training in the top ranked gym in Vegas. The fight before that, we fought Robert
McGee,
McGee,
yeah.
Irish cat. He was 8-0, and these were all tests that most people don't take early on in their career. So just like disappointing right here, he hasn't took a test yet at all, and then right now he has a test of all tests.
Abel, you're well known in Miami, Florida area. You're kind of the talk of the streets in like the sparring and the gyms.
Yeah.
Now, that's all well and good.
Yeah, I don't.
But
Yeah,
translating
I don't
that.
really like to hold that. Say that
Yeah,
again.
yeah. But I'm saying, translating that from there into like fight night under the lights. Explain the difference in like beating people up in sparring and then bringing a game plan to fight night.
Sparring and fighting are two different things. I'm old school, man. I don't post sparring clips. I don't belittle nobody. I just go to work when I'm sparring. I do work hard. I'm not going to throw soft at a grown man. And I was taught that as grown men, you throw hard, and if it's work, it's tactical work. Sometimes we don't throw hard, but, me coming up as a young kid, 13, 14, fighting 165, I'd spar 21-year-olds and no one took it easy on me, so I learned the hard way, and I think the only way you can really get better is, with quality sparring, not necessarily knocking each other out. Sometimes I clip people, I can't help it, but, there's never been a time where I hurt a fighter and then I intentionally want to, kill them or something. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's all work, it's all love. People have their feeling towards that. But at the end of the day, they go hard on others and post videos of them spanking other people. And I just spank them, and I don't post it, but yeah, they know what's up, man. In the States, people know who I am. In Vegas, I was born and raised in Las Vegas, so I know everyone out there. Since that's where I started my career,
Okay.
I was born and raised out there. I started training at 11-year-olds at Las Vegas in a legendary gym called Johnny Toko's, where Muhammad Ali used to train
Sick.
when he was in Vegas. So yeah, man, it was dope. I got actually a sparring clip later. I'll send it to you of me as a kid there.
Oh,
11-year-olds just fighting. I was 135. Fat kid, man.
11,
Fat kid.
135. Wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, man, 135 pounds at 11. So I was a chunker. But yeah, coming up out there as well, the sparring, like it just shows the difference in levels. Sorry, I just had a big meal.
Talk to me
It
about the
shows the
weight.
difference in levels out there. The sparring.
Abel, talk to me about talk to me about you did your weigh-in this morning. Ceremonials was just now. Obviously, you're a super middle. Like, how are you feeling now? You said you're 180 something.
Oh, I'm feeling amazing. This week we started the weight loss process at 178. So it was a very well done weight cut. We didn't struggle at all, and we came in 166 actually,
Wow.
which is normally lighter than what I normally come in. I rather prefer come in 168, But I guess they had us waiting there a little bit around that time. I peed a little bit or whatever. And yeah, I guess I weighed at 166.4. But I woke up, my scale said 167.2. So I guess along those like hour, 2 hours waiting, that I ended up dropping those little extra pounds or so. But we rehydrated within the next 3 4 hours, just pure liquids. I was at 178. Now we're like adding a little more food, just slowly hydrating properly. Every hour or so we will drink, 32 ounces of Pedialyte. Every hour, let it slowly digest into the system, and just doing everything proper.
Is it lots of small meals and continually like drinking water? Like, what's the deal when you're putting weight back on?
So after the official weigh-in, our team, what we do is we get about, we buy different bottles of Pedialyte, and then we slowly start sipping into it so your body could absorb it the right way. Because if you just chug, 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 and then just start stuffing food down, you could get a bad stomach ache or throw up or something like that. And so, like, it's just easing into it because your body's, spent a week without eating the right amount. Your stomach shrinks. So if you overdo it, you're just going to feel sick.
And I know you've trained with your father throughout your career, but you've recently teamed up with a good friend of mine, Coach Mick, Six Reds. How's that going now?
Yeah.
Like getting in the mix down there in Miami in the gyms.
It's amazing, man. Coach Mick was a great addition to the team. He's a great friend, brother to me. And he's teaching me a lot of things as well, and it's a perfect mix of him and my dad. It's a beautiful team. Like, I don't consider him the assistant coach. I consider both of them coaches. No one's above nobody on this team, not me, not no one. So we all, like, it's everybody's same level. No one's above anybody. So I like the team to be like that, where we all feel comfortable. There's everything's transparent. So everything feels good in the team, and I'm blessed to have him in the team as well. And it's amazing.
Let's resort to 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗓. How are you feeling about the show tomorrow?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful resort, man. I've been here a couple times to watch a few fights. I saw Conor Ben fight here live. 𝗙𝗘𝗗𝗟𝗓𝗢. It's a good event, man. I feel great. I'm gonna be the opening bout. So yeah, we're gonna start off the show with a bang.
Your division's on fire, whether it be in the US, internationally. Like super middle's like one of the glamour divisions, right? You've also
Yeah.
had the experience of sparring with Vladimir Shishkin, right? And
Yeah, I sparred plenty of great fighters. Vladimir Shishkin, Hot Rod. Yeah, but the name is Alexis Angulo. I prepared him with Benavidez.
oh wow,
Uh, I sparred Carlos Adames. Not just this camp, but this camp I didn't really move around with Shishkin as much. We didn't get much work because he was coming back from that loss with Skull, and wasn't available for sparring.
well, we say loss. I personally, I think you won that fight, but that's how it goes. That's how the sport goes, right?
Yeah, I think he won too, but
Yeah.
I think he won, and I agree that he won as well. I believe he could have did more, but at the end of the day, the fight game is like that.
Yep.
Whether you win or whether you believe you won or you believe you lost, what it is what it is. And it sucks. Unfortunate for him. He's a good friend of mine, but I wish he would have gave that little extra inch to get that win that he deserved.
Abel, you're American of Cuban descent, right?
Yeah,
How do you feel Skull measures up against Canelo?
I think Skull's gonna get pieced up, man. He's gonna get knocked out. I personally believe, man. I think Skull is it's gonna be worse than like Charlo. He's gonna move around until he ends up cutting the ring and clipping him. That's what I think. I'm Cuban American, but I'm American, brother.
Yeah,
100%
I hear you.
American. I'm all American, man. I was born and raised in the States. I'm proud to be an American, man, and I'm proud to represent England as well.
Yeah, we're gonna hopefully is the plan for you to do the business tomorrow and then kind of fast track, or you're gonna have a few like 10 rounders? How's it gonna work? What's the plan?
I believe a contract. I have two more 8 rounders, and I'll do my first 10,
Okay.
and then from there we start calling out names around the realm that I'm at. Because even me with 10, 11 fights, me calling out Canelo is just foolish.
Yeah, of course.
It'd be like, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't make sense, but I like to call out people along the realm of Berlanga, Shiraz, Pacheco, like that. I believe me knocking one of those guys out is going to be my ticket to stardom, and get me up there to the big
It's a
leagues.
stacked division. Even the names you said, everybody's a star. It's a stacked division. Like there's no bad route.
Yeah, it's a great division of boxing right now, but I want to bring back that old school ruggedness, man, and just show the world that everything's falling into place. The plan that we've had since a kid is coming in. You know, that Shiraz cat had a tough time with Adames, and actually, like you can blame the hand, but he missed every punch after that. I mean, and he's from Queensberry, not down talking him. I know he's a hard worker. He's a great fighter too, but I think I handled him, bro. And for the majority of the people, once I'm in 12-round shape, I think I'll be ready for anybody in this world.
So you're comfortable at 168 now. This is your division for the foreseeable.
Yeah, I can't drop to 60, man. That would just be brutal on my body.
You're not going
once
up.
you see me
You're not going up either anytime soon.
In the future, you never know. In the future, I might be 175. I might even go up to cruiserweight. Only time can tell that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've been used to sparring cruiserweights. I sparred heavyweights. Me weighing 200 pounds.
Wow.
Not they say in America ain't a thing but a chicken wing, man.
On a string. So last question,
Yeah.
Abel. Yeah, one of my favorite films, White Men Can't Jump. I love that film, man. You said you want to bring back the old school. You said that more than once. You said you're an all-American fighter. You said you come from Las Vegas, where Ali used to train back in the day. Can you just give us a bit of insight on this side and your fans? Who did you look up to in the sport coming through, or who did you think got it right? Like whether they be old school or right now. Like who do you mess with?
In you mean like classic fighters who I look up to?
Yeah. Like, you don't have to say look up, but like who do you rate, who do you respect, and right now who do you like watching?
I love James Toney. He's probably my all-time favorite fighter. But those days it was just like, everyone wasn't really so worried about padding their zero. Like if you took an L, you took an L like a man, and then you just keep run that shit back. Nowadays everyone's so worried about protecting the O that they're withholding the fans of what the fans deserve, and we got to bring back that era. It just has to be done, man. Someone has to do it, and if that guy got to be me, then it's a pleasure.
I think 𝗙𝗙𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪 trying his best to do it. He likes fighters like you. Fighters like you want to just get involved. He likes that.
Yeah, man. He's doing a great thing with the sport right now. I think he's teaming up with Dana White as well. They're building their own league or something like that. I think they should start up in October, if I'm not mistaken. I got a great friend of mine. He's gonna do real good in there. But yeah, let's see, man. Just the only thing I could really do is put my trust in Queensberry and my managers, Brian Rickey and Keith Connolly. They got their best interest in me. And yeah, everything, will fall into place as it should.
El Jefe.
But definitely want to bring back the old school style.
We
man.
Appreciate that,
definitely,
man.
Bro. Marvin Hagler. Like on my shorts, I always have war. Because that's what it's got to be, man. It's war, man. Like nowadays people are just talking rubbish for promotion. It's like no, like nah, forget that. Like let's be real. Like if you don't like me, you don't like me, and that's fine. You don't got to fake be my friend after the ring. Because at the end of the day, you know what I mean. I can't talk or be friends with somebody after a fight, but at the end of the day, reality is like, when am I going to, sit down and have them in my house with my family? Is that at the end of the day, if I lose to somebody right now, they're taking me steps back to achieving what I want and to getting my dreams. So it's not that it's animosity or anything, but it's just more. I'm not going to talk crap to sell a fight. I'm gonna just be myself, and and just fight. But all that promotion, like that it won't work with me. Like if you want to talk shit, I'll be here for real, and I will really will hate you. And if that's what they want, that's what they'll get. but I won't do it for promotion. And after the fight, you're not going to be my friend, you know, because I take everything serious, man.
El Jefe, last question. Obviously, you're dialed in for tomorrow night. Best of luck. Hopefully, you come out and it's 8-0 with another KO. Can I just get your two cents, as you say, on a big fight we have here next week with Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn? Have you seen any of the noise? Have you got any ideas? Have you heard any? Like you got any inklings?
I think it's I mean, I know about the fight in general. Like I'm a big Conor Benn fan. I like Conor Benn. I like his aggressiveness. I love his tenacity in the ring. It's honestly quite beautiful, you know, and it sucks what's going on with Chris Eubank with his father. You know, his father saying that it's like he's like ashamed and this and that, and because at the end of the day, me and my dad, no matter what we go through, we wouldn't be publicizing all that garbage, you know. But yeah, man, I don't know. I feel like that it sucks, and that probably is in Chris Eubank's head. You know, then again, you don't know if it's all promotion or not. But why publicize that when you can publicize so much other positivity and stuff? You know.
You think it's going to be a good fight?
But yeah,
you expecting a good fight?
I think it has potential to be a great fight. You know, depending on how you know how well Conor Benn cuts the ring. We know Eubank's going to be on the back foot. You know, and Ben's honestly a little bit smaller, so you know it's the classic boxer versus a fighter.
Yeah, man.
Like I look forward to these fights. They're amazing fights. I look forward to. You know,
What
that's a great scrap.
what should we expect from you tomorrow? Boxer or fighter?
All of them.
Okay.
You know, I'm gonna go in there intelligent. You know, I'm gonna go in. I'm not gonna look for no knockout. I'm gonna just do my job, man. You know, I'm gonna just listen to my coaches, and and then if the knockout comes, it comes, and if it doesn't, it's gonna be worse for him.
Sounds good, El Jefe. Abel Gonzalez, it was a pleasure. Ring Raps Boxing Highest, brother. First of many, and I will come and see you in the flesh in Florida very soon, if not in London. So,
amen. One of the two, my brother. It was a pleasure being on Ring Raps. Shout out to Ring Raps. You're the man, bro. Thank you.
that's one.
Much love.
That's one, El Jefe.
Much love, man.